Welcome back outside here at 2019 CAA Football Media Day live here at M&T Bank Stadium. I'm Bobby Broyles with Brandon Noble, and we're joined by the Richmond Spiders coach Russ Huesman, the CAA Preseason Defensive Player of the Year Maurice Jackson, and Daniel Jones, defensive back here for the Spiders. Gentlemen, how are we doing this morning?
Good.
Doing great. Doing great.
So, Coach, obviously last year didn't go as you'd like. You know, a lot of injuries affected this team, but what has been the motivation this offseason to kind of get this program back on track for 2019?
Well, I mean, I think we have good players, and that's the start of it. Players win championships, players win games, and we've got good players all the way across the board. We're not as deep as we'd like to be, but I think we can send 11 out there on defense, 11 out there on offense, and compete with anybody in this league. Give these guys credit. Both these guys are captains, and they've done a great job of rallying our football team and understanding that 4-7 is not what the University of Richmond's all about. They're not going to let it happen again. I know these guys, and they've done a tremendous job of leading this football team.
How has this offseason gone for you guys? I mean, you've got another one under your belt now, right? You're kind of installing your offense and the defense, and the kids are a little bit more comfortable. You feel like you guys are ready to take that next step?
Well, you know, spring was hard.
Yeah.
We had 14 offensive players in spring practice because of injuries and all that stuff. So it was really hard to function. You know, Mo and Daniel, we tried to take snaps away from them. But this summer has been fantastic for these guys. They've worked really hard. They're there. They've made a commitment to be great. We're healthy right now, all the way across the board. So we feel better. You know, we feel really good about going into this season with the leadership that we have. And so, you know, spring was hard, but, you know, the summer they've done a great job.
Good.
Maurice, you led not just the team but the league, tackles for losses, forced fumbles, sacks. I mean, you were an absolute force last year, much deserving of the CAA Preseason Defensive Player of the Year going into the season. First of all, what makes you such a great pass rusher?
I would say just a lot of film work. You know, I think one of the biggest parts of the game really is film work, and especially being a guy that didn't play defensive line until really coming to college. It took a while for me to really get a little knack for the position. You know, I'm watching a lot of NFL guys, watching a lot of college guys at the same time too, talking to my coaches about things I could do. Just really a lot of nonstop effort to really try and get the thing down to where I could be at this level of play so soon, and really try and just be the best I could.
It sounds like you're a real film junkie. The way you're talking about film, you get excited. Brandon, were you a film guy?
The older I got, yes.
Okay.
'Cause I got slower as I got older.
What makes you love enjoying watching film so much of not just, you know, opponents, but players that you're trying to emulate, even NFL players and such?
I just think it's the easiest way to really go about things. You know, if you want to learn about something or learn about a guy or learn about a move that you really want to do, you just watch film. You know, coaches always say that eye in the sky don't lie. So the more you watch film, the more you see things close up, see things in slow motion, really see how things work mechanically. You know, it's just easy to dissect things off of film, and that's just what I like to do, honestly. Just watch and see how things work, and then keep going over in my head and see if I could do it myself or how I could put my own spin on it, or just certain things like that.
In my defense, film was different when I was playing football.
Oh,
it wasn't on my phone. There was no huddle, right? It was a big VHS tape or beta, and Coach, you probably cut them up for real, right?
Yeah, it's very easy to access.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
Yes.
So Daniel, talk a little bit about what this summer's been like. A lot of people, they see Saturdays. They don't understand really the kind of work that you guys put in. And talk a little bit about what you guys have been doing this summer so that this fall goes well.
Well, we've had the whole team basically up there all summer. Me and Reese and some other guys have been up there since May, just working out every day, doing conditioning with Coach Brinks, running, lifting, and it's been a great process of just getting to be around the team instead of being at home lifting by yourself and running by yourself, just gaining that love and that connection with your teammates.
Taking any classes?
I'm actually doing an internship.
Oh, nice. Where?
On campus.
Okay.
With the marketing department.
Very cool. See, student athletes, that's what it's about. I mean, the opportunity to go to school, get the degree, play a great level of football. Talk a little bit about that level. I mean, the offenses in the CAA, it makes for a long season. What's that like to go out there every week?
Well, Reese really hit it on the head with film. You got to watch a lot of film just to be even capable of competing in the CAA. And just practicing hard, and just knowing, you got to know your responsibilities and what you got to do week in and week out, and knowing your teammates.
Speaking of offense, Coach, let's talk about that side of the ball a little bit. It struggled a bit last year, especially with injuries and turnovers. What were some of the offseason adjustments that you are making on the offensive end that we can expect going into 2019?
Well, we probably could have survived the injuries. The turnovers you can't survive.
Yeah,
that's somehow, some way. We probably had enough good players, but when you turn the ball over as much as we did, you can't survive it. And I mean, you almost got to be. And I don't want to say you have to be perfect to win games in this league, but I mean, you got to be close to perfect. You can't give those guys extra snaps or turn the ball over extra possessions, or it'll be a long game and a long season. But I think getting people healthy. Has been a big priority for us. Like Daniel said, I mean, these guys have been here a lot this summer, and they've worked really, really hard. I can see a team that has great chemistry, that loves each other, that is rooting for each other to do well, and bringing people along. I don't know if we had that as much last year. I don't think we had the true leadership that you need and how to lead. And I think these guys have kind of taken amongst themselves I'm going to be a leader. I'm going to bring this team, get on my back. I'm going to take this team with me. And that's why these two are here. They're not only great football players, but they're tremendous people. They're unbelievable representatives of the University of Richmond. Mo's doing an internship. Daniel's doing an internship. They're both going to graduate, in 4 years. And so love those guys. I mean, these two guys are as good as there is.
Daniel, there's a tough question for you. All right, you ready? All right, your favorite training camp meal? Ooh. Like when you come off the field and you're exhausted.
All right. Well, we get hibachi.
Oh.
We get hibachi.
Wow.
Good.
Steak and chicken.
Yeah. Okay.
Get some yum sauce on it.
Can't
beat the hibachi right there, man.
That's
Can't beat the
That's
hibachi.
your go-to?
Yes, sir.
All right. You too?
That's the one. That's a good one. Or like a little snack is a watermelon. I love a good watermelon.
We get watermelon walk up the
Cold?
field sometimes too.
Oh, yes.
It's got to be cold,
Nice
right?
and juicy.
Right out of
Get
the fridge. Come out.
Sometimes we even get ice cream when we come out the field.
Ice cream.
Ice cream.
Yeah.
Well,
Treating them right.
At
Treating
the
them right.
practice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they're talking about most of this. They're talking about the cafeteria,
Yeah.
which is tremendous. But an ice cream truck comes once to surprise them. Yeah.
What about you, Coach? What's your go-to meal in camp?
Sometimes I don't make it over. A lot of times I do make it over, but I got to watch myself because you can gain about 25
I know,
pounds.
I've done it. I've done it.
You'd be surprised. They say, well, you're always working, you're on the field, whatever it is, but you can be, because you eat 3 meals a day now, and before you know it, you've gained 15 or 20 pounds. So I got to be careful this year to watch what I eat. So I'm going to try to do a lot of salads. and baked chicken,
I
stuff
see a
like
theme going. Coach Priori from Stony Brook
Yeah.
said the same thing.
We've seen.
Well, look at him now, for crying out loud. He doesn't have to diet. Look at me. I mean, that's not even close.
And I love how the players are trying to, they're putting fruit in too, just to kind of save themselves. They've come out and said burgers and all this other stuff, and then they say fruit.
That's because I'm not doing those salads.
There you go.
I got to get the fruit in there.
Fair enough. So, well, Maurice and Daniel, Tim Hightower here, obviously, he's coming up next on this set. Got to speak earlier. When you see somebody who had success like him, not just at Richmond, but at the next level, as two seniors that might be looking to play at the next level, what does it mean to see him and get to learn from him a little bit?
It's really an honor. Not everybody can say they've had a guy like Tim Hightower be able to coach them and be able to relate to them in such a way where you really feel everything that he's saying on a personal level. So it's really a blessing, honestly, to just have a guy like Tim come through here, be able to mentor us in the way that he has.
It is an honor. It's a blessing. And we see him around the facility all the time. He works out there. He comes and speaks to us during practice, and he gives motivation all the time. And it's just good to see an active example of something that you would strive to be.
It's awesome. That's good. You're lucky.
Yeah,
Fortunate, right? That's why you
very
go to a
lucky.
school like Richmond, right? With those guys. So, what do you think? How many sacks are you going to get this year?
The goal is always 20. Yeah, if you gotta shoot high to get to where you want to be.
There you go.
It's $1 million a sack in the league, man.
Listen,
Getting paid. I like it.
that's what I'm trying to get to. So
Yeah, absolutely. I think I got 3 one time. I was pretty happy about that. What's your go-to pass rush move?
I'm a big chop swat guy.
Don't tell anybody. Come on, man.
I got more moves than that, so I can always tell them one move. I can always tell them one. I got more moves than that. Big bag of tricks.
All right, well, gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us on set. Enjoy the rest of the day here at Media Day, and good luck here in 2019. Stay healthy, and Have a
Thank
great
you.
season.
Thank
Yes,
you,
sir.
guys.
Thank you for having
Appreciate
us.
it.
All right, we're going to take a break.